What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Forever Stranded Lost Souls. Oh yeah, guys. So last episode, we were kind of looking at these garden things, how to get them. And I placed one down and I said that, yeah, they definitely spread. But I was trying to water can and I couldn't get it to spread. Well, I logged back in today and it was only the one. I was doing some things around the base for just a few moments, came back and looked, and sure enough, we spread a little bit. So I guess these things must follow like the same spreading pattern as like a mushroom, maybe? I don't know. It seems like it takes about that long for them to spread, but yeah, that's definitely a thing that they do. So I swapped out our drum over here that we filled up full of water, and I put it over here, and then I took the partially full one and I brought it over there. And yeah, we are able to keep a lot of water going here for all of our growing needs, which is great. Eventually, we're going to want to upgrade and add more of these garden cloches, which means we're going to need more power, but that's a thing we'll have to look at in the future. So, going back to our quest book here, we started completing a bunch of different things here for the Getting Foods section. Trap It was one of the next quests on the list, and Ground Trap was one of the items that we had to make. We did make a bunch of those last episode, I believe, in order to get ourselves the chicken eggs, because otherwise it doesn't seem like chickens make eggs at all in this mod pack. So yeah, we're able to get eggs this way using grain bait. In fact, I think, like I said, any of the three main types of baits will work in this to collect eggs. But anyway, so that's how we got eggs, and it wanted us to have fruit bait, grain bait, and veggie bait, just one of each of those in our inventory to complete this quest. So let's take one of these grain baits out. Let's take a look at the other ones. So fruit bait is made with some kind of a fruit. I'm just gonna assume that we can use an apple. Yeah, okay, so an apple and 3 string. Very, very easy for us to do. So we need 3 string, and then we have apples aplenty over here. Just go and steal that, and I guess we can craft it right here in our inventory. Okay, so there is the fruit bait. Finally, we need veggie bait. I'm not sure what that one is. I haven't looked at this yet. So that looks like, oh, pretty much any of the Pam's Harvest Craft stuff. I assume we're going to be able to use one of our, what's it called? The soybeans? Yeah, probably be able to use a soybean on that. I think we had one down here. No, we had the seeds. I don't see any soybeans over here. I thought I had brought some over here. I guess I'm incorrect. So let's go over and grab some of that. Maybe the cotton would work too. Seems weird that would work, but we could try it. Does this work? No, it doesn't. Okay. Like I said, seems weird. We have plenty of soybeans right here, so maybe these will work. Oh yeah, veggie bait, that works. So there we go. Quest complete. Trap It. Very good. I'm just going to go ahead and put those down here in that storage container. We really don't need any of those things, and our inventory situation right now is still not great. Yeah, anyway, so let's claim this. And then the next quest to complete this quest line, the Getting Food section, is honey. Now this wants us to make an apiary. This is the Pam's Harvest Craft apiary. This is not forestry. And then it wants us to have some of these different combs, which I think we have to go out into the wild, find the Pam's beehives, similar to like the forestry method, and then do some stuff. So we'll have to figure that out here in a moment. So how do we make an apiary? That is made with some item frames. That's a weird recipe, and some planks. So the item frames, we do need oak wood molding plus cut leather tanned. So the cut leather tanned, we can do 10 leather and then use shears on it to get 2 of those. We might do it this way. So to get this, we need the scored leather plus bark, right? The scored leather is by leather putting through here. So I think we need 2 leather in order to do this. Let's grab the shears while we're at it. I don't remember if we had any of the bark remaining. Do we have bark over here? We do. Only 3 though. Okay, so we'll have to do some stuff. So first things first, we got to turn in all of this stuff, and then we want one of, well, I guess we can turn in both of these. Put one of each of them, get it done twice the speed. Okay, so those are going to go through the millstone. They'll turn into the scored leather, and then we are going to need the sawmill here to get some of the planks. No, the bark stuff. Okay, so let's get that. So we'll grab some logs. We'll put the logs here. I'll just stand right like this and just chop all of these up like so. So we're getting plenty of sawdust, we're getting lots of planks, and we are getting the bark. Okay, so we need 5 per leather. Turn that off before we hurt ourselves. All right, did this pick up any of that? It certainly did. Okay, so we have the 2 leather, we have a bunch of sawdust, we have the oak bark, we need 10 of those. And then that has to be in the cauldron, right? Yeah, that has to be in a cauldron. So currently we have a crucible set up there. So let's grab our cauldron. Break that guy. Give it to me. I can't get it. Okay, we have it. And then we'll put our cauldron right here with 2 of those, 10 of those, and we'll turn that on. And yeah, that looks like that's cooking just fine. Very good. All right, so that's gonna take a minute to complete. Once that's done, what's the next step after that? Let's take a look one more time. So once that's done, we should have tanned leather. Then we just clip that with the clippers to get 4 of our cut leather. And then we'll have to do the acacia mold, or I guess any type of wood molding around that. All right, so we will have to turn this back on. So we have 8 planks. I'm not sure if that's gonna be enough. All right, so we have 12 of these. Where's the rest of them? 14. I guess they must have fallen down below. That is really annoying the way this is set up, that like items can fall down in there. I wish there was a way that we could prevent that. There probably is. There probably is a way to do that. I just don't know how. But anyway, we can place these like this and do the molding. All right, now I think we're done with the saw. And again, more are trapped down there. I guess we could put like a vacuum hopper or an item collector or something nearby this that would solve that problem. And then I think some got taken over here. All right, so there's 32 of those. So we should be pretty much good to go here. So there's 2 tan leather. We put those with the shears. There's our cut leather. Now we have to take those and wrap them with those moldings that we just made in order to make the item frames. So there is 3. I'm not going to make the last one since we don't need that. And then finally, we need planks. Okay, so we got plenty of planks from doing that, but they went into this thing. So let's make them here. So there's that, and 3 of these. And there's an apiary. Okay, so there's part 1 of this whole process done. Now we need to go find ourselves some bees from Pam's Harvest Craft. So now... these bees normally spawn on trees. I don't know if they can spawn on the ground like most of the forestry versions do, but oh man, are we even going to be able to find any nearby? Maybe the best thing I should do is to grab, where is it? Our hang glider once again. Go up here and maybe take a look inside a tree. You should be able to see them from a distance away. And yeah, like I said, they normally are inside the trees. I think that might be one right here. Is that one? That looks like one right there. Perfect. Okay, I was hoping that it wouldn't take super long to find. I can't quite reach it. Well, I guess we can just do it this way. Alright, so that should give me 1 bee. Yeah, 1 queen bee. It says durability 38. I don't think we need multiple of these. We don't need drones. I think the only thing we have to do is put the queen bee. What is that? Oh, that's a villager. I was like, what is that? That looks so weird to me. Yeah, I think the only thing we have to do with this is just put the queen bee in the apiary and just wait. Pretty sure that's it. Sometimes it'll make the... Whoa. Sometimes it'll make the combs and sometimes it'll make the honey. We need both of those, I think. So let's go put this down. We'll put in the grassy area, I think. This kind of makes sense that we put the bees in the grassy area, right? Guess we can just stick it like right here. That should be fine. We'll do one of those that use a little bit of durability. And I don't know if there's anything special we need nearby. Does it need flowers, maybe? Or does it just work without flowers? Does it work faster with flowers? Honestly, I don't know. Might as well plant some down. It won't hurt anything, right? Even if it doesn't need them. And then a poppy, sure. Has some flowers nearby. Okay, well, I guess we're going to wait until we get the required items, the items that we can get out of this, and then we'll be right back. All right, so I went off to the Pam's Harvest Craft wiki, and sure enough, it says that if you place flowers nearby, it can speed up the process. So I don't know if it like randomly looks around it, and if it finds a flower, it skips ahead a little bit. But anyway, this seems to be going pretty fast now. So we got ourselves a bee grub, which I'm not entirely sure what this does. We got ourselves 2 of the wax combs, so we're just waiting on a honeycomb in order for us to complete the quest here. So I just been taking some bone meal. I ground some bones in our mills over there, right? Just placing this around, vein mining away all the grass. So we got like all of this stuff in our inventory right now, and been collecting the flowers. Now I don't know if Pam's Harvest Craft recognizes other mods' flowers. So you'll notice that I only have the dandelions and the poppies nearby to hopefully ensure that it does recognize flowers. You can see we got another bee grub in just a short amount of time. Yeah, that's going decently quick. When we first put that queen in there, it took it, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes before one thing showed up, the very first bee grub. Yeah, this does seem like it's going faster now. So I'm just going to keep spamming flowers around. Hopefully it'll speed it up more and more as we go here. Oh yeah, there we go. That's all we needed. Just these 2 items. I guess we're done. All right, so let's grab this and this. And quest complete, honey. Awesome. Can I put those back in there? No. Once they're out, they're out. Okay, so that is now done. That's very good. Our inventory is like super clogged though. It says capture them bees to get their honey. Okay, capture. Let's claim this. And you know what? I don't know what I'm going to do with all of this stuff. We got so much plant fiber, so you can get that from breaking the tall grass, obviously. And we got all of this stuff. Do we have room over in this chest? Oh, my goodness. Yeah, it looks like we got room for some of this stuff in there. Very good. And then all of these other flowers, I think those might stack with some of the ones that are in here, potentially. Guess that's all we can do. All right, well, we got room in our inventory now. So we get ourselves a modular cart and the wooden rail. We've gone that before a few times, and we will keep that in our trash chest. And then we get ourselves some gravel and cobbled soulstone. I think both of those we have in this thing, maybe. Yeah, it looks like they all went in there. So that's very good. Okay, so this is now done, and we have yet another section in our quest book complete, which is awesome. All right, guys, so our next quest I think we should take a look at is under immersive tech. And yeah, Constantan, well, there's a couple different variants of Constantan in this pack. We have the immersive engineering version, and we have the thermal foundation. Now, I do believe this wants us to make the immersive engineering, which means we do have to make the kiln brick, and it says we need 8 of those. I don't remember if I've ever made a kiln before, but 8 doesn't seem like that's enough for the multi-block. But I don't know. Anyway, let's take a look at how to make kiln brick. So to make these things, we need to get ourselves sandstone plus brick, and that gives us 2 at a time. Now, I don't know if that wants us to make 8, or is that 8 crafts of it? Anyway, so we are going to need some sand, and I don't remember if we have any sand. I imagine I keep using it all, and then we never have any because I never make more. Let's just take a look through this real quick. No, we don't have any sand at all. Okay, so in order to proceed here, we are going to have to hammer down some gravel into sand. So I guess I will need to grab myself my iron hammer here. Let's do like a stack. How about a stack of cobblestone to gravel and then gravel into sand? I think that's going to be enough here. So I'll go ahead, hammer these all out. We'll turn that into sand. I'll turn the sand into sandstone, and then we'll continue on. All right, guys, so here we go. Here's 16 sandstone, 16 brick. Now, if we craft one of those, does that show up as 1 done in the book, or does that show up as 2? That does show up as 2, so it really only wants us to craft this thing 4 times. So let's just make 8 of those, which should complete the quest, or at least the first portion. Okay, so that's done. It says to make the Constantan, you're going to need to mix a copper and nickel in an alloy kiln. So that only gives us 8 of these. So how does this work? Is that like a 2x2 structure? Is that how you do it? I don't know. I feel like I've made this thing before, but it's been so long, and this only wants us to make 8 of them. Yeah, that looks like that's all there is. Okay. Well, do we want that there? That seems kind of like in the way. Man, that's a 2x2 thing too. That's going to be kind of annoying to try and deal with in a 3x3, or I'm sorry, in a like odd numbered area, isn't it? Okay, well, we'll just leave it here for now. We'll assume this is going to be temporary, and I will tear it down a little bit later. What's this thing? Adobe brick kiln. Interesting. Okay, so back to the quest book. It wants us to do copper and nickel in an alloy kiln. I assume we can use any furnace burnable material. So there's nickel. Oh my goodness, my short-term memory. Copper. I was like, which one is it again? All right, so we'll grab some copper here. We have 1 nickel, and then we need ourselves a little bit of coal. Oh, that's going to go right back in the thing. That's one of the annoying things about this. If you accidentally throw it on the ground, you got to pull it back out again. All right, so there's that and that. Yeah, okay, so that is cooking up. Now, did it only want 1 of these, or did it want multiple? It says only 1. Okay, so we only have to make 1, I suppose. We get 2 of them. Okay, so that completes that quest. Yeah, the alloy kiln. And it looks like that 1 coal lasts for a decent amount of time. So we should be able to make a few pieces of it. If we had more nickel in here. Do we have nickel blocks that I'm missing? I don't see any more nickel in here. Okay, so we'll have to try and get some more of that at some point. Do I have ferrous or nickel in here? Man, we really should start working towards applied energistics at this point. It is getting pretty hard for me to find all of our different ores and stuff that we need. I don't see any nickel in here unless I've skipped over it many times. Yeah, I don't think we have any in here. Okay. Well, that's fine. Well, let's move on then. So this one's done. We can go and claim our chest. And we have a few other various random things in here to work on. Let's do this. Okay, so that's going to give us a water wheel segment and treated stick. That's not a bad reward. With that, we should be able to turn that into a water wheel if I remember right. I think we can. Isn't it like that? Maybe not. I thought it was like that. Or maybe that's only like half it. Maybe you need 8 of those with 1 of those in the center. Okay, well, water wheel might be one of the next ways that we start making power. I'll have to, well, I guess we can search for it real quick. Water wheel. Uses for that. Oh, that goes around a steel ingot in order to do that. Well, I think we do have steel in here. Yeah, let's go and make this then. We'll make 1 water wheel segment. Cool. All right, well, I think we need 3 of those in order to do a proper water wheel. But that gives us 1, and then we have plenty of creosote over here, which I think is still cooking up. Yeah, 287 buckets of the stuff. Lots of coal coke. If we want to make more treated wood to make more treated planks and all of that stuff for the water wheel. So we might look at that. But let's go ahead and continue on here through our quests. Now, then one of the next things is it wants us to make these high voltage items. I think we should be able to do this. Let's look at an HV wire connector. HV wire connector. So to make one of these, this wants us to have the terracotta. So we need to have ourselves a little bit of clay. I'm probably going to have to make more than this, but for right now, let's just make the one thing. So the wire connector and then 3 aluminum. I think we might have aluminum in here already smelted down. Potentially, maybe not. You know what? Oh, here's that nickel, by the way. I thought I had some in here. It doesn't sort with the other stuff. I'm not seeing aluminum in here. I think we have aluminum ore, though, in this guy. Yeah, we have aluminum ore. So 27, that's going to be a nice number for casting out blocks. That stuff smelts really quickly by itself, but it smelts even quicker thanks to the solid fuel thing that we have in there. All right, so let's just get 1 block. We can convert that back into ingots and then start making this thing. Okay, so there's an aluminum. Then over here, we can do 3 of those plus our terracotta. Let's try that again. Our terracotta plus 3 of those, and there is, oh, come on. I'm clicking all the wrong things. There is our HV wire connector. Very good. Okay, so there's one of the things. Now the HV wire relay requires us to have this insulating glass. Now that requires iron dust. I'm gonna have to see, can we put iron ingots through our mills over there, or Better with Mods mills, in order to turn it into that? Or are we gonna have to start looking at other machines? I don't know. This also says we need brown stained glass. No, any glass, and then green dye. Now I saw that we can get the green dye by putting leaves through the mill over here, so, and we might be able to get some stuff done. Let's see if we can make the grit real quick. How many of those do we need? So that makes 2, so we're gonna have to do 4 ingots of iron. Hopefully that does work in these things. I don't know if I had to do that yet. Does that work here? Apparently not. Okay, so we're gonna have to figure out how to get ourselves iron dust. I know there's a crusher from Immersive Engineering, but there's also like the pulverizer from Thermal Expansion. It might be a time we look at that. Can we make ourselves a pulverizer? That requires us to have the machine frame, block of iron through the resonator. We've done that before. A piston, some copper gears, redstone reception coil. I think we can do that. Let me make a pulverizer. We'll get that iron dust made, and we'll be right back, guys. Just like that, we have ourselves a pulverizer. Very good. Now, I did remember that we got ourselves some of these upgrade kits before, the resonant conversion kits. Let's go and take one of those, and we will upgrade this pulverizer directly. But first things first, we're going to put it over here by our power. Yeah, getting power up and running, that's a thing that we're going to have to look at here very soon, like I was just talking about. I guess we're going to just stick it right up here. That'll be fine for now. We want to disable all outputs and inputs. And we will go ahead and upgrade that to the resonant level, which gives the internal inventory, the internal power. I think it makes that bigger, which makes this machine go faster. So we put that in there. Are we keeping up on power? It looks like we are. Awesome. Okay. So we can now pulverize things like civilized people do instead of trying to put it through a grindstone. Okay, so we have that done. What was the next steps that we needed to do here? Okay, so we're going to need aluminum. Was that also steel? No, that's all aluminum in there. Okay. So we have the iron. We need 4 glass. Do we have 4 glass here? Oh boy, I thought we had... Oh yeah. Okay, so we have some glass right there. And we need the green dye. So if we had ferns, we can turn that into the green dye. Do we have ferns? Oh, looks like we do. Perfect. Okay, so there's some green dye. Alternatively, like I said, we can put leaves to the grindstones or the grind mills or whatever and get this stuff. We saw that way earlier on in this playthrough. All right, so there's insulating glass, and here is HV wire relays. Okay, so we have those done. HV wire coils are the next one, so let's take a look at that. This is made with steel wires and aluminum wires. Okay, so we're going to need 4 steel wires, 4 aluminum wires, and these are made... Well, we could do with the metal press. That's another way of doing it if we had this block set up, which we don't yet. So we're going to do it the more expensive way. So it looks like we have to make steel plates. So we're going to need 4 steel ingots, 4 aluminum ingots. We only have 3 there. So we'll have to grab another block. All right, so there we go. We need our hammer. So there's that. There's that. And then, is it shears that we use in order to do this? No, we need the... Yeah, shears work. I thought we had to make the engineer's wire cutters or whatever, but no, shears should work just fine. Okay, so there is our steel. There is our aluminum. We can place those back. And in the center of that was just regular sticks. Okay, so that's not bad. So we just need 2 sticks, and that'll give us 8 of those coils. All right, so going back to the quest book. Oh, we only need to do one of those, or we only need to do that once. I don't know why I did 2 recipes. Okay, so now we need an HV capacitor. So this is made with a block of lead, steel ingots, aluminum ingots, redstone, block of lead, steel ingots, and then 2 treated wood planks, which we should have some, I do believe. There it is. Is that really all it costs? Those are pretty inexpensive, to be completely honest. All right, very good. So that's now done. High voltage quest complete. Okay, so it says connector or connect power to machines. Yep. So that is a way for us to move power around. We might take this HV capacitor and stick that in line to buffer our power that we're making from our windmills so we can store up large amounts of power and have that always available. That might be a thing that we do here very soon. So we'll go and claim our loot chest for that. And what do we get for our loot? We get 2 vanilla chests. That's fine, that's fine. I like it. They're still kind of a pain to make, so if we can get those easier, I'm perfectly fine with that. Okay, so HOP graphite. So this is one that's going to require a couple of multi-block machines. I would open up the engineer's manual, but it's probably going to crash the game. We're going to need a lot of blocks here in order to get this done. What I'll do, I'll go ahead and I'll look online for the recipes and how to get these machines made, because I don't want to have to crash the pack and then reload it many times. It just takes so long. So I'll go ahead and cut here. I will look online what the material list is, and then we'll be back. Be right back, guys. Alright guys, so I was going ahead and I was looking at all the required materials that we are going to need. It looks like it is 16 steel scaffolding, 11 steel fence, 4 wooden barrels, 2 fluid pipes, 12 light engineering blocks, 9 hoppers, 2 redstone engineering blocks, and 1 piston to get this all done. So light engineering block requires 4 iron ingots and 3 copper plus these iron mechanical components to make 2 of these things. Each of these iron mechanical components we can do on the engineer's workbench. That requires 2 iron plus a copper. So that's 4 iron plus 2 copper per recipe. So that is going to be 8 iron plus 5 copper to make 2 of these. We need to do that 6 times. We need 12 of these things. So that's a decent amount of iron that we're going to be using. Copper is really not that big of a deal. We have a lot of it. So steel fences. These require 4 steel plus these steel rods. So I guess that would be about 5 steel per 3 fences. We need, I don't even know, what is that going to be, like 4 recipes of these things? So that's a lot of steel there. And then finally, we are going to need the steel scaffolding. These guys right here, which is, you get 6 of those per recipe. We need to do this 3 times. So that's like 9 steel plus whatever the steel rods are going to be. It's a lot of steel. So probably the very first thing we should do is look at getting a stack of iron cooking up and turned into steel. I don't remember if we already have steel cooked up like that in mass quantities, but we are going to need a lot of it. Now, I don't remember if we use the blast furnace over there, if we need the coal coke or not. Kind of feel like we do. So let's go ahead and get this stuff over there and we'll get this started. Looks like we got another one of those garden spread. I don't even know if we need those or not, but anyway. Yeah, so we want this over here. What do we got? Oh, we got some steel right there. Good. So we'll put the, I think we put the coal coke in there, and then we put the iron in there, and then that processes like so. Now we are going to be using the power from this battery, which is being fed from the rest of the power in the leadstone flux duct and the rest of our system over there, which is going to starve everything of power eventually. But yeah, that should keep everything going over here and make this stuff as fast as possible. But to get a full stack of this to be done, yeah, that's going to take a few minutes, I do believe. So we won't be able to really get this stuff done today, but we can prepare for it and get it all done for next time. Now, we also need to worry about 9 hoppers, so that's 9 times 5 more iron. Oh man, we are going to have to do a little bit of iron mining here. We have a stack of iron remaining plus 12 blocks. That's going to cut into our supply quite a lot. So if we want to do some hoppers, we're going to need a decent amount of that. And we'll have to make 5, or no, I'm sorry. I'm splitting those up for some reason. We want it like that. We need 9 of those, right? And then we need, nope, that much. Yeah, we need 9 times 5, and then we also need 9 chests. We only have 2, so we're gonna have to make more of those. So there's a bunch of off-camera stuff that I'm gonna do here and try and get this all knocked out. If we had Applied Energistics hooked up, we'd just be like, hey, make it. Do we have the materials or not? But since we don't, I have to math it and make sure we have enough of these resources and go mine and smelt and all these kinds of things. But anyway, that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on the episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.